Finished one more run, and it's becoming cold. Yeah, it's becoming cold. Slightly chill. Yeah. So, how was your New Year? Enjoyed party sharty. Booked a nice table. I read in the newspaper in Dubai, people booked a table for 3,500 dirhams per head just to see the fireworks. 3,500 dirhams for booking a table. Fuck, I think you can get an iPhone, right? $1,000, you can get an iPhone. People are amazing, huh? They're so bored of their life. They're so bored that they bloody bought an iPhone, man. What an idiot. And then if you have a girlfriend, would I buy, instead of spending that stupid, for that stupid table, you and your girlfriend, you could have bought her an iPhone, you also iPhone, and she would have shagged you properly and kept you happy. Anyway, each to his own. I guess maybe people who spend that kind of money already, they don't care about an iPhone. Anyway, so that was one. Some other people say, on Facebook you can see the feed, no? Some other people they went out, they went at the beach. In India, some people looking at the sunrise, oh, what a special occasion. They took selfie. And they put it, selfie photo, selfie video. See sun setting 2020. Special moment, special. And then there were some others who, lovebirds. They were hugging their darling, and some were smooching, locking lips, locking tongue, and then I'm a bit old for all that. So I shared my wifey, she is a young girl. So she wanted, I want to see you when the new year comes. I said, okay. I was tired. I said, no, I'm sleeping. Say, okay, no problem. But then I shook it off and I said, okay, fine. She'll feel happy. So then I put on the camera and she was very happy. She was very happy she could see me. And then I put it up. So she felt very romantic about it. It's okay, yeah. Then people are bursting firecrackers and all that. So you get people with all sorts of stuff, Me, I was sorting out my stuff at home. You must have seen my video. Bloody mess, yeah. And now, apart from that, I also have to sort out the desktop, the files, the videos, the images, clean up, your computer or if you have an Apple device, it slows down because it's storing more and more files, right? So there are these apps, at least in the iMac, there are these apps that clean with the single click. So I was just cleaning off all that stuff. And, I was pleasantly surprised that there were people who didn't go out. There were people actually sitting down. One of my followers, he sent me a video of him and his wife and his small little boy. They were sitting at home and watching the telly. And New Year came and they said, "Yay, New Year!" and the cheers. And cheers means just drinking soft juice, soft drinks. So some people were spending family time together. That's nice, I'm not saying it's bad going out. It's an experience. You have the money, you go. See, this dog will bark, huh? Just watch. And by the way, someone posted a comment. I'll try to put a screenshot. That the reason the dog barks is because they want to tell me something, that God exists and I'm wrong. So God is communicating through this dog. Somebody actually he's saying, It's God knows that you're doing wrong, and the dog knows also. So God came to the dog. G-O-D, you reverse it, D-O-G. I find these religious people's logic, L-O-G-I-C-K, logic, so ridiculous. Now see, the dog is not barking. See, he's not barking. Now he's familiar. So that means God has come into the dog. If I turn, he might get scared. I don't know, where is he? He's behind me. Huh? So religious people have stupid logic, stupid. So God, the dog also knows that I'm wrong. Apparently the dog saw me making the video about religion, and the dog was angry, as per that follower. Wow. What logic, man. Oh, today what I'll do is I'll go walk a little bit more and show you the video of new place, so you can see, because some of you like to see, greenery. See, now look, this is the greenery here. This is how it looks like. Very nice. Show you. So yeah, so my head is more towards I have that sale for sale in the sense that special offer for my service, because I knew January is going to be dull month. So try to close as many customers as possible, and then along with this house mess and all that, I was completely burnt out here, really burnt, and I was angry also and all that. Plus you have to put videos. So for the next few days, I've even sent messages to my clients. Tell them, see, for the next few days, please just leave me alone, just leave me alone. I just want to take rest. So this lady is picking up mushrooms. It's a delicacy. My wife likes it. I'll try to show her on video without making it obvious. So they collect these wild mushrooms and they eat them. It's pretty pricey. It sells for 100 baht a kilo. So she managed to get, I think, quite a handful. If my wife was here and she knew mushrooms were here, she would come running. In fact, all the Thai people, they will literally come running if they know these mushrooms are available. That's the beauty of these Thai people. They eat from the forest. They try to eat from nature. You know why they eat insects and all that? Because they were born and raised poor. So they had to survive in the forest. So these insects are nothing but protein. And nowadays even science has proved it that insects are protein. So it's not disgusting or anything. Just as you eat meat, these insects provide protein. How do you think these other insects eat insects? So it's like the circle of life, So my wife, literally, they eat ants. Ants is a delicacy. Ants' eggs. They eat, these leaves. She can identify which leaf is what. They eat, like she'll just pluck a tree and, not a tree, sorry, I mean a small shrub, and she identifies the root and all that from the forest. It's pretty incredible. So they are able to identify all the stuff from the forest itself. It's pretty incredible. See, have a look. See, you can see that. Looks nice, no? Let me show you. See, this is how it looks like. This is where I stay. You won't get this in the city, all this. And there are some houses which are on top of the mountain. I guess they must be slightly expensive. Very expensive, not slight. You can see? Yeah. So, it's going up, So, anyway, what I wanted, what was I saying? Yeah. So these people, they can survive all this, See the tree. It's really nice, man. I'll tell you, I like my life. I don't like that city, city life, the building and cars, and you come down and There are so many people and traffic, and it's sometimes so stupid, you know. It's like everyone's busy, and you know, here, see, there is no noise, just the forest. It's beautiful. Huh? Look at the background, man. Just see. How does it look? See, look. See, that is what I tell people. Okay, I left life in UAE. Look at that, how high it is. I left UAE, fine. Okay, I'm not making big money like how I used to make. But today, I live a very peaceful life. And I save a lot of money. I save. It's not just to earn. I save a lot of money. And this life, this is a gift, man. I'm not saying your life is not a gift. I'm sure your life is good. Look at it. See? See, nature. It's so peaceful, you know. The fresh air. There's no pollution, there is no smoke, there's no smog. It's cool, you know. It's like the forest. Unbelievable, you know. I mean, don't you miss nature? Don't you miss living a normal life that is close to nature? One more dog. So now God is trying to communicate through that dog. You know, today when I was running, there was this, I think, bulldog or pit bull, or not too sure. It came running towards me. Hi doggy, hi doggy. You know, when they bark like woo woo, you know, that means they're friendly. It goes up there. One day maybe I'll drive up there and show you. It's nice. I'll come with my wife and we'll see where it goes. Not too sure. It looks pretty steep. The challenge of going up is you can't stop, you know, especially if you have a passenger. You might come alone. See, look at this. See, look there. How it looks. See, let me show you. See. I mean, this to me is priceless. This is nature, you know. Just, I can't describe to you like the feeling. It's like for someone who has stayed in a modern city like Dubai, where everything is skyscraper and everything is modern and money and yacht and bikini babes and, you know, guys, six-pack abs and speed boats and jets and Lamborghini and you know, all these cars. This to me is more rich, you know. Look at that tree. Look at that tree. Have you seen this? So high. Fuck. I know you must be thinking this is so silly. Oh, what the fuck. If you're young, you'll not understand. But if you're a little old and you have been to the village, you'll understand what I'm saying. This is priceless, man. It's so peaceful, you know. I'm just like, if I close my eyes, I can just hear birds chirping. I can hear, you know, birds at the background and just a little bit of wind. That's it. And if anybody is walking or a small scooter is passing by from afar, you can hear that. The air is so fresh. Look at this. This is life, man, you know. At least for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're not living a life. I'm not saying you're not happy. I'm pretty sure some of you are very happy. But I'm absolutely happy here. I mean, I can't describe this, you know. So, for me, this is happiness, you know. You know, I was speaking to a guy, let's call him Alex. I was speaking to this guy, Alex. He's 50 plus. Alex, this guy, he was very successful. He was working in a good job and all that. And he took a loan of $500,000. And then, tragedy struck, means in the sense the recession and all that, lost his job. And the guy paid off $500,000. He actually paid. So kudos to him. But, he was telling me, Loy, what is this life, Just working. See, this is the dog I was telling you about. This is the dog. I don't know what breed is this. But this guy came running towards me. Hey, doggy. It's a she. Dog came running towards me and, it's not doing anything. I thought it was going to literally bite me. So, when a dog comes running, like full speed, don't run. Many people, when they see a dog running, they run. If you run, it'll chase you. So when a dog comes running towards you, you stop, acknowledge its presence. But when the minute the dog sees you're not running, it knows that, oh shit, he's not afraid. And given that your size is bigger, they will look, and if you don't move, don't do anything threatening, like raise your hand or act as if you're going to throw something, because if you do that, what you're trying to do is create a aggressive challenge, So the dog will feel you're trying to attack it, so it has to attack you. But if you just stand, keep your energy calm, cool, and just acknowledge its presence. And what I tend to do is I just extend my hand like, come. Like, like in a nice way. Obviously, you can't do that if a dog is going to come to, it has been trained to rip your throat off. But most of the stray dogs, they're like, okay, this guy doesn't mean any this thing, and the dog doesn't want to endanger its life, So, yeah. So what I was saying was, this is life, yeah. There are so many people from the West. They want to come to islands like this and just retire. And then there are also these bums who also like to do the same. Waste of space. In fact, let me tell you this. First let me finish. So I was speaking to this guy, Alex. He was saying that, what's the point of all this, Loy? We're just working. And our whole life is working to pay the bills. Hope this coconut doesn't fall or I die. We'll see a video and I die. He was telling that our whole life is just working to pay our bills. He's saying, what the fuck is this? And then, I don't know if he has children or whatever, but if he has, then he has to pay for the child's education, future, for his wife. Sometimes I think, like, what the fuck, yeah? What kind of life is that? Your whole life, you have to report to office on time. You have to say yes sir, no sir, all that bullshit. I find it so stupid, when the dog is not barking. Why not barking, man? Dog. No, this other dog is barking at the car. Hey doggy. So one guy said religious, the doggy shape. See, now the dog likes me. Yeah. So, I mean, just think about it. Your whole life you're working, you have to call someone sir. What the fuck? Not in the West, you don't have to call anyone sir. But in Dubai, in India, in all these third world countries, yes sir, no sir, shake your head sir. What the fuck is sir, man? He's just a fucking another human being who's getting a little bit more salary than you because he was just the right guy at the right place at the right time. You can do his job as much as him. There's nothing so great about him. You're only giving him respect because of the position. Tomorrow the fucker loses his job. You're not going to call him sir. You'll call him, hey, Mark. Hey, Ram, Ramesh, whatever. Oh, fuck, I hate that, Sir, fuck you. Sir. I hate this sir business. In fact, one of my friends, she's a makeup artist. She was doing the makeup for Landmark Group owner's wife. Mickey Jagtiani's wife. So it seems that when she was coming, she comes like the royal lady, like because she's rich, obviously. They're fucking rich. So it seems everyone is supposed to behave themselves. Everyone's supposed to stand properly. And nobody is supposed to displease her. And, like treat her like a celebrity and do what she wants. Fuck, that's more like a slave, man. Okay, if it's a ruler of a country, if it's a powerful politician, okay, their positions of power. But here, just because they have a little bit of more money, the fuck, yeah. And that also, she didn't make the fucking money. Her husband did. So she's just a byproduct of that. Right place, right time. And right guy she got married to. I'm sure she must have helped him emotionally and all that, but it's all the husband's money, man. Husband's brain. So just imagine, you work your whole life, you have to call someone sir, and then if the owner's son comes and becomes the boss, who's half your age, old enough to be your son, and you have to call him also sir. What the fuck, yeah? Such a fucking embarrassment. So, I speak to these guys who are slightly old, and they're telling me, Loy, the fuck, you have to call sir and this and that. And customers, when you meet a customer, just imagine if you meet the guy outside, you talk to, hey, how are you, man? And you meet them when you meet them in a bar, when you're drinking a scotch. I don't drink. Hey, man, how are you doing? But you meet the same guy, if you didn't know him, and you meet him in a company, yes, Mr. Mark, or Mr. Ruffalo, or Mr. Whatever, Avengers, Mr. Tom. Fuck. That's why I'm so happy. Away from society, away from all this bullshit, this corporate life. Fucking sick, yeah. Corporate life. And then I get these youngsters, these young boys and girls. Poor thing. They are confused about their life. I'm going to pursue my MBA, or I just completed my MBA. What career should I take? What job should I do? Fucking. And then you get these, okay, these are at least bearable. The ones who are not bearable, these youngsters, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm into cryptocurrency. Oh, I'm into commodities. Oh, I'm into trading. Oh, they are so smart. Oh, and nowadays many youngsters are, I'm a coach. Oh, you're a fucking coach. Go to this Facebook group, ClickFunnels. Oh, fuck. It's so sickening. Everyone is trying to show off how rich they are, how much money they have made, and how successful they are. They brag about the boat that they purchased, and then they are rich and they are bragging. Then you get these youngsters from India, Pakistan, who want to flex and show that they are smart. So they show, next to an expensive car, achieve your dreams, believe in yourself. Or these are the 6 steps to success. Seriously, you're talking of youngsters. And the 6 steps that they'll put, drive, push your sales, get out of your comfort zone. In fact, there is a female from Dubai. She's 21. Okay, I've shared a profile with my friends in my groups. She's 21. The amount of fucking bullshit she gives, she's claiming that she's making $1 million per month. Okay, and she's giving advice. Her advice is, these are the 12 steps or something she wrote. Long fucking post. They always have this habit of putting a long post. She ate chocolate. Her first advice was, I ate chocolate. Second one is emotional intelligence. Oh, then she said, delegate, trust your people, teamwork. I can. You can get someone half drunk, and they can rattle off the same points. You can just open any management book and pick up 10 points that way. Fucking nonsense. If you're earning $1 million, what the fuck are you giving shit? People who are earning $1 million don't have time for this shit. And then she is offering a course, how to become rich. Pay her some $5,000 or she'll teach you how to be rich. Like that funny joke is there, no? I'll teach you how to make $1 million. First pay me $1 million and I'll teach you how to make $1 million. So after you give him $1 million, he says, that's exactly how. Charge someone, tell them you'll teach them how to make $1 million. Charge them $1 million. When they give you the $1 million, you've made the $1 million. The world we live in. And there was this guy who came to UAE, some guy with 1 million followers, and he says, Assalamu alaikum, I am in Dubai, and he helps in manifesting your destiny. If you type Google search on YouTube, you just put a search, manifest your manifest your destiny. This guy, you pay him money, he will help you manifest your destiny. That means if your dream is to be rich, he'll help you manifest that. Just visualize, he'll help you bring it to reality. But you have to pay him money, huh? You have to pay him money for this manifestation. Sometimes I think to myself, why doesn't someone pay me? I'll help you manifest everything. So people are weird, man. Anyway, it's a good thing that there are dumb idiots like this. There's no shortage of dumb idiots. Like I get this guy yesterday, one guy. Please sir, sir, please, I'm your follower, sir, this and that, sir. And he sent me his CV. I'm like, what the fuck are you sending it? What do you want? Sir, please, sir, tell your contacts to give me a job, sir. Please, sir. I said, sorry, I can't introduce my contact. Then he tried. It didn't work there. After contact, then he said, sir, at least can you look at my CV, sir, and tell me your opinion. Obviously, because the CV is not well done, I told him, do it well. Then he tells me, sir, can you modify my CV for me, sir, please, sir. I told him, that's a service I provide. Then, the usual, please, sir, do it. Sir, I have no money, sir, please help me, sir. I asked him, okay, if I give you a job, how much salary you want? He told around 5,000 dirhams or something. So I said, can you work for free for 1 year or few months? No, sir, I have a family to feed. At least 1 month, can you work for free? No, sir, if I work for free 1 month, the next month again they'll ask me free. So I said, you're not ready to work for free. Why should I work for free? You have to take care of your family. I don't have to take care of my family. Then he kept quiet. Man, fucking brains. Story of my life. It's fun, it's nice. There's so many things, So many things can go on and on. But see, listen. The main thing is, figure out what makes you happy and be happy. This is one thing I've always told people. You have one fucking life. Just one. I mean, when are you going to be happy? People say, I'm going to be happy when I make 1 million or when I achieve my house. In fact, have you noticed this? So many of our Indians, Asians, Pakistanis, Bangladesh, they will work their full life. They will actually work 20 years, 30 years to build a house. Okay? 20 years, 30 years. They spend their entire youth, the best years of their life to build a house. Big house with a big compound, garden, everything. Only to build a house and to die there. What? You spend the best years of your life to build a house for your death? What the fuck? Just, there was this statement or quote. Human beings are the only animals who work their entire lives to build a house so that they can die in that. I mean, instead of doing that, why don't you build a smaller house, work a little less, save a little more, and retire earlier. So at least you can spend time with your family and all that. Or even better than that is the principle I followed. Why don't you enjoy every day of your life? Okay. Obviously you can't enjoy like hyper, like how I did. I has to enjoy like crazy. I was a little bit too extreme. Every day work, every day enjoy, every day be happy. Because my logic is, what if you die one day, man? What if you have planned your whole life? Okay, after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, this is what I'm going to do. And after 40th year, I'll retire. There was this actual case. This is not exaggeration. It was in Abu Dhabi. Indian guy, Keralite. I think 33 years he worked in UAE, Abu Dhabi. And now it was time for him to go back and retire. He built his house, built everything. And now he wanted to go home to retire. He died at the airport only. Because he got so overwhelmed with grief, got a heart attack and died. Now who will stay in the house? I know people, there was a Goan guy who built a house and everything. He wanted to retire, just enjoy the remaining days of his life. He went to Goa, I know, sorry, he was a Mangalorean, I think. Went to Mangalore and both his kidneys failed. Both his kidneys failed and he ended up being hospitalized. All the money that he saved went into his treatment and he died. What fucking tragedy. And this is not a fake story, a real story. His son, I think his son told me about it a couple of years ago. In fact, I tell my wife. My wife says, why I love you so much? Why I love you so much? I said, because I'm taking care of you. Taking care of you, I give you a good life. And, sometimes my wife tells me, when I tell her I want to buy, oh, what about the money for saving? I said, after I die, all this money is going to be yours only, no? What? Am I going to take the money to my grave? These books, sell it all off. The iMac, everything, I gave it the password. Sell it all off. After I die, who the fuck cares? So, see, my whole point is, you just have one life. Make it count, nah? Make it count with the best way. Okay, fine, maybe you can't retire. Fine, maybe you can't do what I did. Okay, uproot yourself from wherever you are and go to a remote island and work online. Fine, maybe you can't do that. But at least you can make every day count by being happy. Maybe you go to the gym, go do some exercise, go play a game, go study a book. Fine, some of you like to watch a movie. But don't just sit at home and watch movies. Do something nice, Well, if movie keeps you happy, sit sit and watch movies. I know some people binge watch movies. There's this, Game of Thrones or something, Dexter or something. I never seen them. Some people were saying that this is so addictive. The minute they said it's so addictive, I decided not to watch it. Because I don't want to end up being addicted to watching some Dexter or some Breaking Bad or one tattooed guy who's in jail. I don't know. They used to tell me, you're just like him. He has the map drawn on him or something like that. And then Game of Thrones. I don't know what is Game of Thrones. So yeah. You have one life. Make it count. And one last thing. Okay? One last thing. I've been saying this in every video. Prepare yourself. 2020 is not yet over. Only that number is over. Situation is the same. Don't wait until it's too late. Because with the flip of a switch, you don't know if things are going to get worse. As it is, people are stupid. People are sharing videos of them going for a rave party and okay, fine, makes you happy. But if someone is sick and you fall sick, and fine, let's not have the fear of the virus and all that. Fine, you want to enjoy life. But when the whole world runs as an economy, as a single unit, and one country shuts down, it's going to impact revenue, right? So be careful. Just be careful. Don't be in your comfort zone. Don't take life for granted. Because I always tell my clients, I always tell people, when you don't have money, finish. No money, no honey. Even your girlfriend will not give you sucky, fucky. She'll not bend. She'll not say, oh, I love this thing. Put it up anywhere you like. Very bad, no? Some females get very offended. Loy, how dare you disrespect women? What to do, Baba? What to do? I'm like that. Maybe my channel not for you. So, anyway. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Nice to walk and talk, man. Just imagine, you get to spend time with Lloyd the Great. And seriously, thank you for those people who sit and watch my whole video. Thank you. You're a great company, man. I really love you guys. But I don't love you so much that I'll give you for free anything. Boy. Anyway, now need to go back home, check the proper cupboard for the shelf unit, and do a lot of stuff. Okay, you guys take care. Thank you so much for always supporting my channel, my work. Even if you give me bad words, even if you downvote, dislike my video, I still appreciate the engagement. Thank you, Todd Moore and Lipson, whatever, Sony Liston, and all my fellows who don't like me and like me, and like my dog also. Hey, see, you're on LoyMacedo.com. My doggy. If you didn't bite the chicken, I would have let you play. Okay? Alright, you guys take care. See you. Now I need to do work. I need to make some money. Bye.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Lloyd Macedo is the best.